this might be a game where you forget about the field goals. You'd better finish your drives with touchdowns if you want to keep up with the Joneses on the other sideline.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Callaway, the return man. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. First drive coming up here for this New Orleans Saints offense. And leading him out at quarterback here in 2021 in his 7th NFL season, it's Jameis Winston.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jonathan Allen, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers. Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, the Saints bring on their new punter for 2021, Blake Gillikin. Back deep, Antonio Brown. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10.
Well, here come the Eagles on offense, and it's Jalen Hurts at the controls in his 2nd season now out of Oklahoma.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But there's also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the number 1 guy, and they're ready to step up.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well.
And trying to get it to Woods, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Let's get him! Come on!
Following the interception, Winston. It's brought in by Harris. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Well, at first down, they run with Kamara. He'll take it forward for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
That's about what you would expect, since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Winston. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Javon Hargrave in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. He finds his man complete. That's Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you hit him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Hurts.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Harris. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Teron Armstead, Pro Bowl tackle, called for the penalty there.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Good job, D.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Smith catches left side. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. He's got a man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Philly.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking for Ruggs again, and he's got him again. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Callaway, the return man. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. That is caught by Callaway. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. A give. This is Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd.